Hello guys, welcome to SmileUntilitHurts. We've been wanting to do this update video for probably a week now. I'm gonna probably say a lot, and you can help whenever you want, George. Maybe you should start on what we're doing today and where and how.
So we are on our way.
You gotta go louder then because
we are on our way. I'm sorry, I can't even look at the camera.
No, well, you shouldn't. He's driving, obviously.
We are on our way to a funeral, and the funeral to, and I describe her as our Armenian mom. That's because people say, who was it that passed? So as you know, someone very close to us passed, and it was our Armenian mom. She was 94 years old, about to be 95. And how is she our Armenian mom?
I could go into that a little bit.
Okay.
Now, there is a much longer story to this, which I will actually put into my my Life in Pieces story. But to shorten, she is one of the most important people that we have met in our 20-odd years in California. She was Allie's grandmother. She is. Well,
You're talking about Gina.
Well, because Allie's not here anymore is why I say that, but she will always be Allie's grandmom. She owned the animal rescue that we got Allie from, which, to shorten the story, which is how we were introduced to her and how she became essentially a family member to us. She is now Pink's grandmother. And Pink has been a pivotal role in helping her, and her name is Gina, in her own healing, because George and I have brought Pink over after her mom had passed, knowing that she was going to be alone in the mom's apartment. We also brought Pink over because our Armenian mom, which is Gina's mom, loved Allie and loved Pink and wanted to have Pink on her bed with her in the hospital, and we had to be careful because, you know, Pink would be excited and so we were so nervous, but she wanted to feel her and all this stuff, but she had, you know, I was gonna say pipes sticking out of her. She wasn't the Tin Man or anything like that, but she had, you know, her tubes and stuff. So today we're heading to Forest Lawn. Well, first we're going to drop Pink off with Gina. In short, Gina had already spoke to her mom and knew Gina's feelings on being there to see. She does not want to see her in a casket. You know, she does not want to know. So she knows that she would not be there. And so George and I are happily going to represent Gina. And so we are dropping Pink off at Grandma Gina's, so that on a difficult day like this, where her mom is being buried, well, serviced anyway, I'm not really sure the burial, like, yeah, no, it would be today, yeah, they would do. So we're dropping off Pink so that she could have some puppy love. You want to fill in kind of how the start to the downfall was? Because she has been fun. I mean, every time we go and see her, you know, she didn't live far from us, especially where we moved to. Maybe it was a 20-minute drive. And she's always been the same. She's always looked the same, always been the same, sitting in her favorite chair.
Clear mind and all, and it was just honestly old age that, you know, because she was clear until the very end, and just her body gave out.
Yeah, but was there one thing that happened? Did she fall? I don't remember.
She
what
had
was
arthritis, and then she fell a few times, but she just had difficulty moving.
I feel like there was one incident though that what took her into the hospital and into rehab. Because that's where it started. That's where it started the downfall. I don't remember why she ended up in rehab. What happened? I don't remember.
She fell.
She did fall.
Yes.
Well, that's why I asked. I said, did she
didn't
fall?
break anything.
Okay.
But it's arthritis and wasn't able to move
And
well.
the issue was that she needed to move around in rehab and stuff, and it wasn't happening. And so her body was giving up on her, even though her mind wanted to do these things. She couldn't move. She couldn't, you know, really to go for walks, you know, to keep going and stuff. So, you know, George and I had snuck Pink into the rehab center, into her room, because she wanted to see Pink. So we snuck her in.
Maybe you could insert a picture.
Yes, I'm going to insert pictures here of that day. And to be honest with you, it really was a sharp decline from that point on, once we visited her at the rehab center. Gosh, what would you say time-wise, George, honestly?
It's been less than 6 months.
No, I mean, but even, gosh, I thought it was even less than that. I really feel like it was less than that. And so time went on, and we kept seeing, you know, not much improvement. And then at some point, she couldn't even really move anymore, couldn't walk, and couldn't get to her chair, her favorite chair. So they ended up doing the old hospital bed in the room thing. And then, you know, they put her on hospice at some point. And, you know, nurses would come in every now and then to help. And then there was another person that came in to bathe her and stuff. And then at one point, Gina had called us and said she really hasn't been eating. She hasn't been eating much. So George and I went there, and of course, as soon as she saw us, you know, she calls us her boys, my sons, my boys. She was one of those people that I was blessed to have call me son when my own parents didn't even call me son, and she was one of those ones that knew I needed to hear that. And of course, I was always inappropriate with her. I would be myself, is what I'm telling you. I do not change for anybody. When I go to church, if somebody, pretty much any situation, guys, I'm me. I'm not gonna change. I'm me. So with this 94-year-old woman, I would talk to her, you know, I would do things, tell her things, ask her things inappropriate.
You're gonna tell them?
And she loved it. Pretty recently, I did ask her how many penises she had seen in her life. And Gina was shocked and thought her mother would be appalled. And she said, oh, only one, my husband's, that's it. I only seen one. And Gina was hysterical. We were all hysterical laughing. So that's the kind of person she was. Food, always. What can I get you guys? You know, when she was a little healthier, what can I get you guys? Always something to eat. Always, you know, drinks, and just that kind of person. So we had went, when Gina had called and said she really hasn't been eating, and we brought Pink with us. We definitely seen a big difference in how she was. She was getting a lot of bed sores because she wasn't moving enough. even though Gina did her best to, move her and manipulate her, they ended up getting a special blow-up mattress for her to try and help with that. And so we knew she wasn't doing that great. And so George and I sang to her. Why not? Because, George and I, always at the local pubs singing, booking gigs all the time, George and I. And we sang our song that we sang at our wedding, which is called I'll Cover You. And we have that on video too. If we can include that here, I will include that here. So you can see that very special moment. You'll see the smile on her face. I knew it was a special moment. Then the next, was that okay. And then the following week, so I don't even think it was a week, I think it was days, I don't even think it was a full week. George said that Gina said she stopped talking, stopped eating and drinking. So of course George and I immediately went there, and clearly when we walked in we could see she was in the stages of dying. She still was responsive in some ways, which was her lip and her eyebrow is how she would let you know that she's hearing you and things like that. She did have the gurgling going on. If you guys, you always hear about the crackling, and it's a natural stage. It is the fluid right in the lungs and stuff like that. It's hard to see. Especially for George and I. For me, just because, my mental health issues and current therapy, George being brought back, easily to the day, his mom was passing and the day his dad was passing. He was there for both. And, those were only 2 years apart or so. And his dad being gone a little over a year now, I would say. So it was all very recent for him. So he had a really hard time with it. We sang for her again. Then they had the hospice nurse there was now 24/7. So they were staying there. They were switching shifts and staying there. George and I left. This was a Sunday, I believe. And George went to work the following day. Pink and I headed over the following day, and family was there now. There was about 6 to 8 family members that were there. I came in, and we were all watching her very closely. It was looking like it was not going to be much longer from on that day that she would actually end up passing. So I ended up, her favorite movie was Sound of Music. So I ended up singing a couple of songs from the Sound of Music for her. And I ended up singing 3 songs for her. And I finished the 3rd song, and I kind of turned around and went to check on Gina, and I turned back around and everybody was looking very strangely at her. And so I came back to the bed and I looked at her and I said, "Did she stop breathing?" And they said yes. And so she had passed somewhere between 6:45 and 7 p.m. at night because the oxygen meter was not acting correct. So they timed it at 7, but we believe it was earlier than that. I was there for her final breaths. I fear that my songs might have made her leave. Like, oh shit, like, god damn, this guy's gonna sing another song, I gotta get out of here. Or it could be the other way, and she's like, oh my god, is that an angel? Do I hear an angel? Let me follow the angel. So I don't know which one it was, and I'll probably never know which one it was. George did come after work straight there. He did get to say goodbye to her. She was still there, right? Mm-hmm. However, the coroner came very quickly. Usually it takes hours. They came very quickly. And me and Gina made sure not to watch that part of it because that is not a nice part to see, them taking the person away. So Gina and I stood out in the balcony for that. And we were there for Gina as much as we could. Whatever she needed, George and I were there for her. What else do you have there that I didn't mention?
No, I think you did.
Now, I will say that I was inappropriate for those last 2 days of her life. Okay? I would ask her where the money is, where she hid the money. I was myself, and that's what she loved about me. She would laugh. She would know when I would announce when we were in her apartment that I was going into the bathroom. And I was going into the bathroom to see where she hid the money. And I told her, I know you hid money somewhere in this bathroom, and I'm going to find it. So for a long time, that was the joke. For the years, it was a joke. I'm going to the bathroom. I said, I know where it's at. I bet you it's in the tank, in paper, in plastic, wrapped in, in the tank, in the fish tank, I was going to say, the toilet tank. And what was amazing is that for 2 days, all of us, including her family, got to laugh and celebrate her, which is what she wanted. She didn't want anybody crying. She made Gina promise that nobody's gonna be crying over her. Well, I made sure nobody was crying. And I know that that is a gift that I have been blessed with from whoever gave me that gift. To have the gift to be able to make people laugh on the worst days of their life is an amazing feeling. And I was able to do that, and for everybody. And they all thanked me. They actually thanked me for allowing Eric to be there. Yeah.
So making them laugh.
They thanked me for it, and I appreciated that. And even the hospice nurses said, things to me because they've seen, this many times. And one of them came up to me and said, you're very witty. And he said that means you're very smart. And I said, well, you might have gotten one part of that wrong. I don't know how many people would have said I was smart, but she went peacefully, though. I will say that. George is getting ready to take.
So we could tell them in the building she lives in.
Oh yeah.
No visiting pets are allowed.
No.
So.
Well, get your face in a little bit if you're going to tell this long story.
We just need to sneak in.
Yeah, so we have to sneak her in.
all the time here. So we have this bag, which she stays in. But
or we've done the carriage as well, the baby carriage.
But what happens is she never stays in there as is. So I'm trying to cover her up.
No, that's not even the problem. It's the noise. She starts whining and crying.
She does whine in here.
And
the worst part is when Gina comes downstairs.
Oh, she smells her.
Because she smells Gina. She loves her so much.
She goes crazy.
And she smells her and starts. But,
yeah, so that's where she's going now. She's getting sneaked back into Gina's mom's apartment, where she's cleaning up because she's only got days left that she has to be out. Yeah, she's got to be out by tomorrow. They're very strict. You know, there's a 10-year waiting list on these places. So, okay, bye. We'll see you when you get back in.
I gotta go.
Okay. All right. So, that's George heading out. Wait, I feel like you're sneaking behind me.
Okay.
Are you forgetting something?
Yeah, I gotta get this bag too.
Okay. So we take a breath. So there is a long story to the story of Gina and how that connection happened. She has become family for us. She knows that we will take her in a second. We've done it before. She had issues when she lost her only love, which was her pet rescue. She went into a really bad depression. We took her in for almost a year, George and I, and we had about 13 dogs coming in and out of our apartment at that time that she wasn't able to get rid of, or that would have been enforced but came back. And so that's part of the story that I will tell you about that. But as I said to her here in this event, she does not have a place of her own. She is now, since she lost the rescue, she now dog sits, and she would go and stay for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Sometimes people hire her to watch their pets while they're gone. And during those off times that she wasn't doing that, she would stay here at her mom's. So now she will not have that. So she will be staying with us when she needs to, but right now she will be going onto a job, straight onto a job, where she will be for about a month. At that time, if there's not another job lined up, she will come and stay with us. I'm not leaving her without knowing where she's gonna go, because I know that's a horrible feeling. And I know you need to look forward to something. You need to have a purpose. And her purpose was her mom and her rescue. And since she lost her rescue and now she's lost her mom, she needs to know that there is something else. And I'm going to help figure that out for her. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but I just know that I would be scared knowing that, you don't know what's going to happen from here. She has told me personally that she loves her family, and she put her hand on my heart. She says, but you and George have my heart. So I know how much we mean to her, and I know how much she's gonna need us. So wish us luck on on this, you know, that she finds her purpose, finds her light, you know. I worry about people. That is part of my mental, it's one very small part of my mental health issues. I am a, I was going to say improv. No, I'm a empath. So I take on people's worries and things like that, and I carry them and stuff. So, you know, this is another thing that I will happily carry, though. You know, it's not like I want to get rid of that feeling. No, I have to, you know, it's in your heart, you know. So we will be off now to Forest Lawn. Now, from what I understand, there are a couple of different forest lawns here in California. I know the famous one has Michael Jackson in it. I'm pretty sure this one is not where he is at, and I don't think George even knows, but I'm sure his guess would be my guess. Here, he's back already. Oh, bless you, sugar. This is not where Michael Jackson is located, right? This particular forest lawn.
There's a bunch of.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's a couple of them here in California. So we really don't know what is happening today, and honestly, Gina herself does not know really what is going to be happening today herself, even though it's her mom, because luckily her mom, knowing Gina very well, and who was her favorite, by the way, she had 5 kids. She had 5 kids?
Yes.
So she's got 4 siblings, Gina.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah. But Gina was the favorite.
She was the baby.
You can't say that, but we can.
We know that. Did you say one thing? What her mom used to tell me?
Wait, no, but I forgot what I was just saying. What was I saying? You made me lose.
Oh.
So we don't know what's actually happening today. She found out either the day before or the day her mother passed, that the mother took care of everything.
Made all her own arrangements
and paid for everything, and how everything was to go. So Gina did not have to do one single thing when it came to deciding on how this particular day was going to go, because she knows Gina. You know, she knew she didn't want to be there. She knows how Gina is. She knows how sensitive she is. So she knew. So George and I really don't know what we are stepping into. For all we know, we could get there and they're going to hand us her coffin and tell us to walk her down the church aisle. Honestly, as pallbearers. I mean, am I wrong? We have no idea, truly have no idea what is going to happen. We're assuming that they are going to wake her. So, in other words, I
think they're just going to have a service in the church chapel and then the burial. I'm assuming that.
Right, but is that so? But open. But wasn't it supposed to be open?
I don't know.
Okay, this is what I said. We truly don't know what we're getting into. If they say to me, Eric, you know, can you come up and say a couple of words?
I'm going to drink some of this. They're not going to do that.
That is one of my worst fears. To get up, somebody tell me to get up.
And do the eulogy.
I just hate.
I did the eulogy on my mom.
I hated that in school. In school, when they would go down the line and you would have to each read a paragraph, and they would go, "Oh my God!" I would count.
You used to read ahead.
I used to count.
Yeah.
I used to count, and I used to hope that the bell would ring before they got to me. I hated it.
I did like this.
So we really don't know what we're stepping into. If I have to actually literally shovel the dirt onto her, I don't know what I've been hired to do here.
You haven't been hired to do anything. Don't worry about it.
So now, what was your story? Did you tell them what? Did I tell them what?
Oh, Gina had a brother who passed.
Well, she has more than one brother.
She had one brother who passed. His name was George.
Mm-hmm.
And the year that we met Gina was the same year that her brother George had passed. And her mother told me, I lost one George, but I got another one.
No.
She
Okay.
always told me that.
And what's also interesting is just before we met Gina, which is probably about 16 years ago, we're thinking, we were trying to figure it out. She had also just lost her husband as well, just prior to that, Gina. So she had lost her brother and her husband and her dog, her favorite dog, Champ. So we came at the perfect time. Well, I should say I came at the perfect time. Because George, although George was in the picture, I was really at the forefront of this because of the story that I will tell you in one of the upcoming stories about my life, called My Life in Pieces. Help us help Eric and find out and figure out what the hell happened to my mental health and who the hell done did it. Okay, I think it was mom and dad in the library with a pipe and my sister hiding in the closet with a rope.
Mrs. Clue? Mrs. Scarlett did it in the study.
You have a
with
clue?
With a candlestick.
So, if this is the end, not meaning that we're gonna like get into a crash and it's gonna be videoed, nothing like that.
Oh, there's a person in our picture there.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
if there's something after, we'll maybe check in after the ceremony and let you know exactly what ended up happening, good, bad, or ugly. Find out if I did have a shovel in my hand. Find out if I had to sing a song from The Sound of Music at the church. I'll do it if I have to. No, I won't. So maybe, you know what, we will check back in with you guys and let you know exactly how it went. Good, bad, and or ugly. So, bye for now. We'll see you after service. Bye. So with 1,000 sweet kisses, I'll cover you with 1,000 sweet kisses. I'll cover you with 1,000 sweet kisses. When you're worn out and tired, with 1,000 sweet kisses. When your heart has expired, oh lover, I'll cover you. Oh, lover, I'll cover you. That was special for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mom. Here is one of the songs I sang to her. Lord on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young. He's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the sun I might have known. sun. The summers die, one by one, oh soon they fly, on, and I am home, and will be gone. Bring you peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give, let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him Well, here we are. The service just ended. We did a rose ceremony where everyone puts a rose, which I think is very common. They also did a incense ceremony where they light up some little, almost like little charcoal things, and then there's I think it's frankincense, I believe. And you make a wish for the person. Although I might have used it for her and myself. The church was absolutely beautiful. She looked beautiful. They did a beautiful job on her. The priest and his voice, the singing was absolutely amazing. I did go up to the coffin at the end to say goodbye to her, to thank her for calling me her son when my own parents didn't. And I asked her if she could put that love inside me, that mother's love inside me, which is one of the things I'm working through in therapy. So I selfishly asked her to put that in me, and so I can carry her love with me, and her kindness and her unconditional love of George and I. So we're gonna head now to the restaurant with the family, and if there's anything else, we'll check back in. All right, bye for now.
I think I see your mommy. There's your mama. There's your mommy. There's your mommy. Oh, I got it. I know.
Are you alone? Where is
Yeah,
Gina?
Gina couldn't come. She has to babysit Allie.
Oh.
I know. But I wanted to document this. Oh, there's your mama. Oh, so sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is the